I thank my colleague, and I appreciate the opportunity to address the disaster at our southern border. Mr. Speaker, it's unspeakable, the grief that's been brought upon the American people in the past 3 years, strictly by policy change. You have the exact same 1,954 miles of border that we had under President Trump. You have the same equipment, the same men, the same women. We're spending more money. We spent $20 billion more last year than we did 3 years ago. It's not about money, not about men or equipment. There's no enhanced desire by the cartels to make money. They traffic human beings and drugs. They've been doing it quite successfully for a long time. But we had backed the cartels up very effectively by the time we hit 2019 and 2020 under the Trump administration, under Trump policies. And President Biden, once inaugurated, immediately began flipping those policies. This is what has happened. This is why you've had 12 million illegal crossings in 3 years. This is why you have 300,000 Americans dead from opioids smuggled into our country across the southern border in the past 3 years. Number one cause of death for Americans 18 to 45 years old. We've never had that in the history of our country. Is drug poisoning. Our sovereignty is disintegrated at the southern border. And this body, the People's House, acted last year. We passed H.R. 2, the strongest border security measure in the history of Congress, was passed in May of last year with Republican votes and delivered to the Senate. There it gathers dust. It's what we demand of our colleagues in the Senate that are run by the Democrat Party. What we demand of a Democrat-controlled White House is a clean vote on H.R. 2, the border security bill that was passed by the People's House in May of last year, delivered to the Senate in May of last year. We demand a clean vote. Let America see, where does the Senate stand on border security? H.R. 2 is the answer for the crisis that we face, the heartache, wave upon wave of human misery that our nation has suffered for the last 3 years at the southern border. I appreciate this opportunity to address this ongoing disaster, Mr. Speaker, and I yield.